Time now for the Coach's Corner, and with me I'm proud to have Mark Michael, who is a Section 5, two-time Section 5 championship basketball coach, also a director of athletics, physical education, health, and community recreation.
That's right.
That's a lot of hats for one guy to wear. How do you manage that?
In our school, in a small school, and in a lot of schools, when you're involved in that capacity, you have to be able to juggle everything. And taking care of athletics is one thing, but directing the physical education department and working with that staff and the health teachers and also community recreation, schools are looking for all administrators to do more.
You know, East Rochester, I've always thought East Rochester has as much character and personality and uniqueness as any town in Monroe County. Do you find that still at the school level?
I love it. You know, when I'm from the Albany area, and being able to work in the home of champions, I'm so privileged and prideful of that. The people in the town carry such a pride with them about all of the things they've done over the decades with famous people there, and that gritty, gutsy attitude that they bring to the athletic table. And
you've helped make it a basketball school now, back-to-back. You were telling me Section 5 championships for the first time since the 60s.
Well, we've been fortunate. 5 out of the last 8 years we've been at the Big House, and 3 of the last 5 we've won. And fortunately for this year's team, it's back-to-back. And it was the first time we've gone back-to-back since the 1960s with the 61-62 and 62-63 teams who were inducted into our Wall of Fame. And in those years, those 2 teams played against East High with 11 or 12,000 people in the Big House, and they beat Jim Boeheim at Alliance in one of the final games.
Very nice. You know, East Rochester is, as you said, flying under the radar, being a smaller school surrounded by larger schools. Do you like that?
Well, I think a lot of teams might take us for granted, but everyone is still always aware of East Rochester with Don Quinn, great football wrestling coach. People have this mystique of East Rochester of having great athletic teams, and that's been phenomenal.
Still, the school has survived. I remember when you were in the Monroe County League and it was getting tougher and tougher to compete, and there was that transition period, and you guys have done all right by that, I think.
There was a critical area in the late 90s when my first few years of being athletic director. We met with our coaches, and everyone said, look, playing all these larger schools isn't really helping us come sectional time. And we did some search committees, and we realized that we needed to get into a smaller school league, and that has really helped our baseball team, our football team, our basketball team, our tennis squads, and a lot of our team have benefited from playing schools our own size.
And it's important, we don't do wins and losses all the time, but it's important to win a certain percentage to remain relevant within your school system, right?
Well, when you play a schedule knowing that you're only going to have a great season and win 30% of the time, that doesn't do much for commitment and dedication of the students.
Now, I'd be remiss if I didn't give you the opportunity to speak a little bit about your basketball team and putting these 2 seasons back to back. So, how did that go?
I have just been so privileged with this group of kids. My son Jordan's on the team, and this group I was able to help when he was a youngster in 5th and 6th and 7th and 8th grade. And the support staff we've had some dads helping us out along the way, Mr. Bates, Jim Boyer. And to help these kids succeed, I've got a great secretary in the office. My JV coach has worked with these young guys. And we have another assistant, Darren Mack, out of Rush Henrietta. And the support staff from the coaches that help these kids has been phenomenal. But this is a talented crew. Plus, they also most of these kids play 2 and 3 sports a year.
I'm guessing that the coaching of this boys basketball team is the most enjoyable aspect of the many hats you wear.
I love the opportunity to still be able to coach in East Rochester. And I've been able to sell it in that during the season, my goal is to always, as the director of athletics, to help all coaches do the best they can do and provide that support. And during the season, if they want to find me and they need things, they can find me in the gym as well. But being able to still coach and have an impact on young kids has just been exciting for me.
Very good. Well, Mark Michael, thank you very much for joining us. Best of continued luck. We love East Rochester, and we're glad that everything is going well there.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Coach. That's the Coach's Corner.